themselves up to be the Most High, to be a Mashiach El Shai. That's their doctrine. Tell me it's not. This is their doctrine. They the Most High, they are Mashiach El Shai, they the children of Israel, they the chosen people of the Most High. You a Gentile, really you an Israelite. Their doctrine is pure. Remember what he said. Should your lies make men hold their peace? Should we be quiet and just accept the lies as we have been told over and over again, brain polluting our people? I don't think so. We ain't gonna never shut down. So you see the kingdom, you see our Mashiach El Shai coming in the clouds, in the chariots with his angels. Because he has those that's gonna bring to remembrance the words that are Most High, which are pure. You wanna know the real pure words? These are the pure words that we're supposed to go by. And not the lies that's been told to us, where our minds are polluted from the nonsense and the lies. Like you said, they forges of lies. We're supposed to be following the Most High, following him all the way to the kingdom. Proverbs 30 and 5. Proverbs 30 and 5. Every word of the Most High is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. So every word of the Most High is pure. So are they dealing with the word of the Most High? No. No way, shape, or form are they dealing with the word of the Most High. The past, the present, and the future is all here, brothers and sisters. It's all here. These pages are full of life. Look at Psalm 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? Come on. They set up all these laws that are set up against the children of Israel. But we run around here trying to think that it's all even. Ain't no even Stevens. Come on. Anytime I see an older white man with a rifle pointed all at the police, and they talk to him for 45 minutes and let him walk away, and he talking about killing everybody, and he walk away, I don't think it's even Stevens at all. And this other cat, he had a pistol just like this, right in front of him. I mean, he could pull the trigger anytime. And what they do, talk to him 20 minutes. Then he finally did like that, and they wounded him. See, they make laws that's against us. They make a law to say they can kill us, the children of Israel, and get a paid vacation. They kill you, and then you on leave, and you getting paid, not to work. Go on vacation. Here goes some money, go on vacation. They frame all these different laws. 3 strikes you out. You know, brother, what about your brother? They put in prison for a dare. He went and took this Edomite little girl's pizza. They gave him his 3rd strike. It took a long time for him to get out of jail. He spent years in jail before they could get him out for something of that nature. Now in California, they passed a law that they got to let you out. You should have been in there in the first place. How you gonna let somebody out of jail saying that the sentence didn't match the crime? They're letting people out of jail right now. And letting what they call it a felony be a misdemeanor. because the people voted for it. Because they know they wicked. Come on, so who's righteous and who's wicked? That's why it says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee? How you going to allow them to come in amongst you? That's why anybody that have those that are full of iniquity around them, you might as well call yourself a Gentile. You ain't no Israelite. You might as well call yourself a Gentile. Look at Hebrew. 1 Corinthians 10:20. How you going to let them come amongst you? All they're going to do is come in and tear you down. They're going to stand in your place if they can get it. And that's what has happened. Brothers have allowed Satan, and sisters have allowed Satan to get into their minds. And you call yourself an Israelite, but you acting like the Gentiles would have you to act. It go all the way back to Willie Lynch, the religious instructions to the Negroes, what they call it, Stockholm Syndrome. All this applies to we as the children of Israel, first and foremost. Because we know the people up in the religions are lost. They lost because they don't know who they are. This is them. And this is a sum of Israelites, because you allow the throne of iniquity to have fellowship with you. 1 Corinthians 10:20. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice or worship, they sacrifice to devils and not to the Most High. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. It's the throne of iniquity, those that are dealing with iniquity. And you know it. Oh, I'm sorry. You go crouching. It's no different than what you see what Esau would do. Our people do the same thing. Do the same thing because they are Gentile minded. He said you don't want to have fellowship with devils. You cannot drink the cup of the Most High and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Most High's table. You sit at a table to eat. You can't eat of the Most High's word. You cannot drink the cup of the Most High and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Most High's table and of the table of devils. Got to look at this. This is serious. It's real, y'all. That's why the scriptures tell you this in Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Say never. Say at no time trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You know how it take a long time for iron to rust? You might think somebody's cool, they all right, but they really the enemy. That's why I say you can't allow the throne of iniquity to have fellowship with you, because they think in the way we are programmed to think. We still have to be deprogrammed. I can't say it enough. We have to be deprogrammed from the mindset of the world, this wicked world that we're in, to become a new creature, to be born again, to love the Most High with all our heart, mind, and strength, and love our neighbor as ourselves. We got to be reprogrammed, because that's not something that's naturally in us. We can find fault. Right now I look at brothers are so sensitive. Oh, you hurt my feelings. Oh. What you gonna do when the Mashiach Yahushua come back? And he ain't coming back for peace, but a sword. What you gonna do then? And he sent his angels that's on this earth to rise up and cause all the havoc that he gonna get in Esau, who is his sword, to come after all of us. And you can't take orders, you can't be talked to. Come on. That's why I say never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, take a long time for iron to rust, so is his wickedness. It's going to come. Say, though he humble himself and go crouching, oh, I'm sorry, forgive me. Yet take good heed and beware of him. Got to beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, seeing right through him. Seeing right through him. You don't see me, but you'll see right through him. And thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Brothers doing all kind of heinous things of the past, they still doing the heinous things now. You're going to know that his rust ain't always wiped away. He's still doing the same wicked acts. Set him not by thee, don't let him come near you, lest he do what? When he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, take your place. The position that you had, next thing you know, he's taking your place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. He seek to take your seat. Just an enemy. He gonna seek to take your place. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Okay? You remember these words. That's why it's good to know the scriptures and to look at how the Most High has already informed us. I mean, with myself, it's been years and years and years, and I look at a lot of people that I've been dealing with and how brothers are allowing the iniquity, those, when we go back to Psalms 94, they have allowed those of iniquity, because Israel is the children of the devil too. Don't get it twisted. And you allow those, even of other nations, to come in. And pretty soon they want to take your seat, or they infiltrate, they cause problems, because they are Gentile-minded. A true Israelite gonna look at the love we gotta have for each other, because all we gonna have is each other. When it's go down, I can see the Most, I say it all the time, I can see the Most High having, you have to deal with the ones that you hate. The ones that hate, they gotta deal with the ones that they hate to make it. Now what you gonna do? And they don't want to be bothered with you, because we just read about the enemy. You know, don't trust them. You've been an enemy, now so you're gonna be a friend? That don't make sense, right? Because you already know how they are. And then the ones that you don't know, that be coming in, everybody's under investigation. Because listen what it says. Psalm 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity, you know, throne mean what? Power. They want power of iniquity, but they doing wicked things, have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous. See? Those that want power, dealing with iniquity, that means sin. They're doing things when the book is closed that are sinful. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. They condemn you. That's why it's very important to know how you operating. But the Most High is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity. See, the things that they're going to try and do to us, he's going to bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yeah, the Most High, our power, shall cut them off. Case closed. And when you believe this, you can say the Most High, you said you're going to cut our enemies off. Enemies of Israel and enemies of the nations. Remember, it don't matter about the knowledge, wisdom, understanding that someone has, because the Pharisees, they knew the scriptures. They knew, even Satan knew the scriptures. He have appeared as an angel of light. No marvel, his ministers also appear as angel of light. That's why we got to repent, brothers and sisters. We got to come out of the mindset of how everybody's been programmed to think, being Edomanized. Because what curriculum did you learn in school? And what curriculum is being taught now? Their curriculum, the Edomite curriculum. Isaiah 33 and 1. Ain't gonna be no peace to the wicked. Ain't gonna be no peace to the wicked of Israel. Ain't gonna be no peace to the wicked, the so-called white race, and all the nations that's wicked. You're either gonna come back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High and do what's right, and have faith in the Mashiach Yahushua, our black power, the Son of the Most High, or you're going to be put to death. You're going to be cut off. That's your choice. You choose life or death. Ain't no in between. Ain't no lukewarm. Ain't no thinking about maybe I'll be this way today and I'll be this way tomorrow. No. He said he'd rather for you be hot or be cold. Because you lukewarm, he's going to spew you out of his mouth. Isaiah 33:1. Woe, mean destruction, to thee that spoileth. Woe, destruction to you that spoileth, that robbeth, and thou was not spoiled. Yeah. Destruction to you that robbeth, and thou was not spoiled. You was not robbed, and dealeth treacherously. Like these police officers. Do they have an order to kill us? Do they have a pass to say our life don't matter? I mean, how are you that afraid that you have a gun, tasers, tear gas, mace, and you should be able to take care of yourself physically, knowing some type of martial arts or something if you out there on the street dealing with anyone. Now what if it was a woman and she got to deal with somebody 300-something pounds? She a cop? What's she supposed to do? You think about it. When you got men that's weak, you all by yourself, now you one-on-one with a strong Israelite. They rob us of our life, our culture, our money. Don't get it twisted. They got rich when we fell in 70 AD. And the more they diminish us, the richer they get. So I say, woe to thee that spoileth, that robbeth. We spending $1 trillion a year. I was looking on TV, man, I seen these people going crazy in Walmart. Walmart, some of them they had to put like a maze in front of the door, so you had to go through a maze to get in and get out. It was crazy. So you couldn't just run in. You had to go through a maze to get, they made a maze to go through. See, one thing about Esau, he looking at, okay, how did this work? So by next year, Black Friday, you're gonna have something else for you. You got to go through a certain line, you're gonna be able to be together. You know what I mean? He gonna do something. He would go crazy. And they talking about boycott Black Friday, boycott. Hey, all people ain't gonna boycott nothing. They ain't got enough sense. The people that's in the earth right now amongst us, they ain't got enough sense to do something like that together. They're gonna be able to get something cheaper than what they selling it for. They'll let you know for them to give you something at that price, they not and don't lose anything. That's the price it should be anyway. You know what I mean? Come on. They done jacked the price up 200, 300%. And we going for it. Falling right into their trap. I mean, fighting and stomping and pretty much, I mean, people done died during this Black Friday. Black, right? Why don't call it White Friday? That's why I say we spend $1 trillion. They spoiling us. That means robbing us. We won't have nothing to show for it. And thou was not spoiled, and they ain't been robbed, and dealeth treacherously. And they deal not treacherously with thee. See? The Most High screaming at them. They deal treacherously with us, but we the meek. We don't deal treacherously with them. That's why ain't gonna be no peace to the wicked. When thou shalt cease to spoil, when they cease to rob, if they robbing everybody, thou shalt be spoiled. When they stop spoiling, they gonna be spoiled. They gonna be robbed. And when thou shalt cease, when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, when you stop saying, okay, put hands off of them, they don't open game no more. When they stop dealing treacherously with us, they shall deal treacherously with thee. We gonna deal treacherously with you. You better hear the word of the Most High. Isaiah 59:4. Payback is something else. It is written. Like I say, every word of the Most High is pure. You know, I'm the messenger. I'm just the messenger. But I'm going to give it to you just like it is. Raw and hardcore as the Most High. He was screaming at you. That's why you got the exclamation point at the end. He hollering at you. Isaiah 59:4. None calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. They trust in vanity. How people trust in vanity? Turn on the TV, BET. What's the news? What's the news? Whatever they give you, what the media feeds you, that's what you believe in. Some vanity. It ain't the word of the Most High. You trust in Jay-Z, whatever Jay-Z, Beyonce saying. Lil Kim and Lil Wayne. What's the one that had the body surgery all over? Nicki Minaj, looking at all this. Kanye West and his woman that took pictures butt naked, they say. This who y'all trust in. Madness, man, vanity. Has nothing to do with nothing. They say you gonna have to get with him. You gonna get with him. And we gonna put y'all together and y'all gonna be together, we gonna make this money. Ain't no love, ain't no relationships and all this stuff, bam, they together. It's all set up. Come on. And the children, they just point blank just gotta go through it like, man, the heck are y'all doing? I mean, look at that dude, Vanity. I mean, look, I'm talking about our people. Because we already know it's rockers like Sodom and Gomorrah. So they bringing out our men to that particular caliber. That dude, Ben Reeves, or whatever, I don't know his name, but it's something Reeves, I think. He played Pulp Fiction, one of his first movies. They put an apple in his mouth, tied an apple in his mouth, and the cop pumping him in his butt. Baby, I'm getting ready to make it. How you gonna make it, baby? Oh, this white man gotta pump me in my butt for the whole world to see. Then he played a homosexual, or actual gay man in the movie. These are what we have to do to be successful in this wicked kingdom as Sodom and Gomorrah. Wesley Snipes did a movie with a dress. Everybody, Chris Rock, all of them. Chris Tucker, all of them, right? Everybody. The hell wrong with our people? That's why I applaud Dave Chappelle to say exactly how it went down with him. $50 million he walked away from. He got